Let's see where we are. Go to YouTube. Let's see. Let's wait till some people get in. Talk about this no kings bull crap that they doing. It's all over North Carolina. It's insane. Yep. I hope people are here. Maybe it's a Saturday. People are not wanting to come. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh, she's back. Good. Oh, yes. Let me see if this girl's back. I. Wow, she came back in 2 years. Oh, wow. She's in a camper or something? Okay, my favorite ASMR artist is back after 2 years. It's like, where's she been? Oh, oh, my talking? Okay, I'll fix. I will fix. Yo, 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 yo. Is it okay now? It's not on mute. Okay, let's see. Uh, Let me. Yo, 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 yo. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. No, it's working. It's just maybe I wasn't talking. That's why. Should be working now. I'm gonna wait a little bit. At least I can get like 7 people in here. Oh my gosh, it's like crazy, right? Guys, I'm in North Carolina, and there's no kings. Every time you got Trump, they try to think of something new, like something they think gonna galvanize the people, and it really doesn't. All these people that's coming out, they probably didn't even vote. To tell you the truth, I got a friend who I was supposed to go out with today, but she's like, no, I have to go to protest. And I'm like, protest what? Like, there's nothing to protest about bringing a National Guard in. So I'm trying to find a video that is gonna. Let me see. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find some stuff. Crap. Let me see if I can pause for this site. Okay. Let's see if this works. Oh, wow. All right. Just let me find a few of these videos, like to prove my point, and then we're gonna head in. Okay. So I just want to find a few videos as some receipts, so I can prove my point. That's what I want to do because this is ridiculous, you know. This TV, I'm looking all the way up all the time, looking all the way up. One day I'm gonna find a real comfortable position and everything's gonna be perfect. One day. Just not today, but one of these days. Okay, all I gotta do is put. Okay, I got that one. They keep calling it a protest. Okay. Oh, I found one. I found one. I found one. Okay. Wow. Wow. This is insane. Yeah, get them likes up. War going on between Israel and Iran. That's their business. I don't want to. I'm not even in that. I don't got no opinion on it, whether for or against. Them people, that's their business. We shouldn't even be in it. Tell you the truth. And no, it's not going to be WW3. This is just. I don't think there's going to be that coming. What's up, man? Yeah, get them likes up, please. Yep, this is my new home. We purchased it recently. Excuse me. So we purchased it recently. It's a nice home. Hold on, I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be right back. I only got 4 people. Damn, I'm pathetic. Hey guys, my wife spoils this kid rotten, man. He is rotten. Looks like you're anti-Semitic. Why am I anti-Semitic? Didn't I tell you Jews saved my life? I just don't want to comment on that. It's too much. It's too much stuff going on between those two. They've been fighting for like since 1947 or something, right? It's never going to stop. They're going to keep fighting. It's never going to stop, no matter what my opinion is. So I'm just not in it because you got some people that's crazy, some people that I think both countries are wrong in their regards. I'm not on Israel's side. I'm not on Iran's side. I just don't have any comments on it because I can't verify certain evidences. And if I can't verify certain evidences, and I don't have receipts for something I'm arguing about, I can't have uh, an educated opinion on it. I just sound like a jackass, you know. So, oh no, I've been drinking now. Not so much as before though. Anyway, let's look at this. We're gonna look at the protests that are going on. This is before No Kings. Well, they got a No Kings Day or something today. They wanted to cancel it because 2 politicians were assassinated today. I don't know if you know about that, but two Democrats were assassinated by a Democrat. So the 2 people that were assassinated were somehow Minnesota representatives. They were partners of Tim Walz, and the person who did the deed, he is also he is an appointee of Tim Walz, and it's claimed that this guy is pro life or something like that. So, and I guess he's a Democrat and he's pro life. I'm sure they have Democrats who are pro life. Uh, the people that got killed, I'm not sure what they were. They probably maybe pro-choice or whatever. So he went on a killing rampage. He has 70 people that he wants to basically put down. Um Now my opinion is that I think that this is all Democrats kind of doing because they are inciting violence all across the country. When they don't get their way, they incite violence, and it teaches these people um, to do this kind of thing. It kind of eggs them on to do these kind of things because you never see the Republicans inciting violence. Okay, they hardly even say they don't. Republicans don't even say um, go protest or nothing. When there's something that they don't agree with, they don't say go out and protest and all this kind of stuff. And also what you see is you see on these job sites, like I don't got the receipts for this, but I have seen it. It's like they have these action committees. They call it action committee, and they pay you to go out and to riot and to protest. Well, they call it protest, and then it turns into rioting. So they have these jobs where they pay you to go out and stand. It's like some Democrat Action Committee or something. Democrat Action something something telling you to go out and do these things, right? They don't like tell you out of their whole mouth to go out and do these things, but they say, "Oh, we're gonna have some kind of action going on with we want to press forward," and these kind of words, these kind of trigger words that you know what that means, that they're paying you to hold a picket sign and to walk the streets for hours and hours. So that's how you get all of this stuff, because every if you go on Reddit, like if you go on Google or Reddit, it's all featured where you have no king, no king, no king. It's like no king protest, no king protest, no king, and they're discussing how they planning to go protest. A lot of that turns into riots. I think most of it doesn't include riots, but when it does riot, it is extensive damage. And so this is why I think I'm on Trump's side, because they've been ordered, Gavin Newsom has ordered the California Police Department or Los Angeles Police Department not to get involved, not to help ICE. And so when ICE is going through picking up people, they're getting pelted by rocks, they're getting their cars destroyed and firebombed, and LAPD is not doing anything about it because they have been instructed by the these far left nonprofit uh, companies that wield enormous power, right? And so you have these people creating these type of ruckus all over the country. So they try to find anything to do to stop Trump from being the president. That's all this is, right? So let's look at this first one. So I got one here that I want to show you. So I'm going to share this screen. And which one is that? I think it's this one. Let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. Oh, not this one. Crap. Okay. I did the wrong one. Sorry, guys. I got it now. So, we're going to watch this and you can see actually what's going on, right? Even my wife thinking that Trump is wrong. I'm like, no, he's not. Okay, so here we go. I want to do the whole screen, but I'm just scared, man. All right, let's see if it works. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but we'll watch. Yes, I'm doing a video. No, you cannot. You're gonna have to come back later. Okay.
I mean, there's people in front of me destroying Waymos, niggas behind me destroying Waymos.
But this is
There's thousands of people out here disgusted with the Trump administration.
okay. What happened?
In front of me, destroying Waymos.
burning
Niggas
flags.
behind me, destroying Waymos. There's thousands
Like
of people out
burning
here
American
disgusted
flags.
with the Trump administration and how the federal government is handling migration. People are out here with hammers, baseball bats, whatever weapon they can find. It's dark.
Pura la raza latina.
Are you mad?
No expliques Spanish, English.
We're learning that President Trump is ordering another 2,000 National Guard troops to deploy to LA, along with those 700 Marines who already received orders.
So
I
yeah,
think
so
To
they got
deploy
gang
to LA,
signs.
along with those 700 Marines who
So look at
already
this.
1,000 National Guard troops to deploy to LA, along.
That's a gang sign. I don't know what kind of gang sign. Oh, I guess that means L.A. or whatever. Okay, so it's not a gang sign, but these people are gangsters, right? And look at the cops; they're not doing nothing. They just letting them destroy stuff instead of putting them under arrest. They're letting them destroy things. And I think this is the L.A. police, right? That are just sitting there not doing anything and just letting them destroy things, right? So you should be arresting these people and throwing them in jail, right?
Along with those 700 Marines who already received orders.
At the end of the motherfucking day, we're the motherfucking people, not fucking them. They're here to protect their interests, not us. They're locking up innocent fucking immigrants that come here to make a life for their families. I'm a first-generation American, but like I've always said, I am Mexican first, American second, and they don't protect my interest or my.
Nah, we can't have that. Okay. So you're a citizen. You say you're a first generation citizen. If you're a first generation American citizen, you are American first, Mexican second. If not, get out. And his stuff should be revoked. Okay. You're American first, Mexican second. This is insane. You got the Mexican. All of a sudden, it's Mexico now. You remember last year? Not even. Yeah, last year, a couple of months ago, it was the flags of Guatemala and Honduras and Venezuela. All of a sudden now, it's Mexican flags. So, like a few months ago, we didn't have a problem with the Mexicans crossing the border. Now, all of a sudden, there's a problem, and I want to tell you why I think that there is a problem. I think that there's a problem because when the ICE comes to arrest people, they're now arresting people that came before the Trinidad Ilagua, whatever, or before these Guatemalans and Honduras and Venezuelans came in. Is now affecting the illegal Mexican immigrant community. See, they thought they was going to be left alone, and they thought that the Trump administration is going to ignore them and only go for the Venezuela, Honduras, Haitian, and these other ones. But they're going for everybody that is here illegally. It's not only Venezuelans. So this is why I think what happened, because they in LA, and LA is the closest to Mexico, right? And a vast majority of illegal aliens in this country are not Venezuelans. They're not Honduras people. They're not Guatemalans, right? They're not Peruvians. They are Mexicans. And so I think this is what happened. This is why you got them flying the Mexican flag, because they've been there for 10 years illegally, and they was skating by, right? They may not be criminals or whatever, right? A vast majority may not be criminals, but they got caught up in this because they didn't get their paperwork straight. And they're trying to blame the Trump administration when you should be blaming yourself. You should have got your paperwork. So they was waiting for years and years and years, and they've been working for years and years and years. And now ICE stops them and say, okay, where your papers at? You got your papers? You got your license and registration when you driving all crazy? And then they check, he doesn't have his registration. Or then he checks the license, which he's not supposed to have, right? And they see that, oh, he's not supposed to be in the country. Or they don't even have a license. They don't have any kind of ID. And then they can get these guys through facial recognition, and they can get these guys through just, yo, you give me your name. So what's your name? Through fingerprints. so they can take the fingerprints. We take you in, you get the fingerprints. Oh, you're illegal because you're in the system, right? Because you got to get money, you got to receive benefits. When you're illegal, in some mode or fashion, you're gonna get fingerprinted, right? And so they say, well, you're not supposed to be here, so now you got to get out. And so that's what I think is happening right now. That's why you all of a sudden it's Mexico, it's not Venezuela. Right? Because I don't even think Venezuelans probably got the heart to do this. Because they super in the wrong, right? El Salvadorians, you're not gonna have so many of them putting their flags up and all that stuff. It's mostly Mexicans because they've been here for years. That's why.
My families. So that's what the fuck is going on here.
And honestly, dog, this is all bullshit because my mom, she comes from Mexico and I'm over here representing her right now because they will take her and they will come right now. I'm 15, dog, so fuck guys.
I used to be an undocumented citizen. It took me 27 years because I had to prove who I was. So when people tell me that the process is easy and they should just come in and do it the legal way, it doesn't matter. No matter how hard you try, they're gonna make it impossible for people.
They start with the immigrants, they start with the most vulnerable communities, and then once they're done perfecting their system, they go after everybody else.
They know the entire country is against this shit, and they know we're not gonna go down without a fight.
I'm proud to be Mexican. I'm proud of my roots. So fucking.
So they're saying most people agree with this, and you know that's BS. Most people do not agree with this. Most people voted for. That's how Trump won, because we don't want you here. Okay, we don't want you here. Get out. If you are illegal, get out. If you did your stuff the way your paperwork is good, then you stay. If your paperwork is not good, if you didn't do your paperwork, get out. I had to wait for my wife 16 months for us to get our for her to get her green card. We had to wait in line. And if they're making it impossible for you, that means you ain't doing something you were supposed to be doing. Because if you did what you're supposed to be doing, then you can get in, right? And if Mexico is so great and you got all this Mexican flag, why don't you go back there? I don't understand. If Mexico is so good, why don't you go back? You got the flag. Why don't you go back to the country that you think is so good? And it's crazy, right? So they just want like handouts. They want us to give them citizenship. No, American citizenship is a privilege. Okay? It's a privilege.
Proud. And this is for the raza.
For la raza, home. Fuck eyes. I served 4 years in the fucking Marines for this bullshit. I'll fuck you up to myself.
If you are born on this soil, it does not matter where you come from, if you have citizenship or not, you are guaranteed due process in this fucking country.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement has set a goal of arresting 3,000 illegal migrants a day.
Fuck you, Trump. You're making the wrong moves, my boy. You're fucking with the wrong people, man. And you know what you're doing? You're getting everybody behind Mexicans, pendejo, Latinos, Hispanics.
So this is the left. So the left promotes this extreme violence, right? So they're promoting extreme violence, and that's why you have 2 politicians killed this morning. Or yesterday, I think. I think it's yesterday or today. Yesterday. You have 2 politicians assassinated because you have the left endorsing this violent uprising because they're mad that Trump won. You know, so instead of trying to work together to make the country better, the Democrats just keep going. And I don't think they're not winning the midterms because they're going to use this to die on. They're going to die on this hill. Right? And this is not a hill to die on. Most Americans, they voted for Trump because they want illegals out, no matter where you're from.
The fuck are you trying to lock the Mexican people up and they got the best food? Tell me that. Tacos and tequila and enchiladas and burritos. Fucking corn on the cob. What they call it?
Elote.
Elotes, nigga. Come on. You gonna lock a nigga up that know how to make elotes? That's right, baby. What's the difference about me and this guy? Nothing. Family. We bleed the same. My boy. just like you, Trump. We're people, homeboy. We work hard. We fucking work for our family.
So work
We're
hard in your
family
country.
people. You don't know anything about that. You have no values but money in your mind. That's all you have. Viva la raza! Viva la raza! And everybody that's behind us.
Yesterday, raids took place in downtown Los Angeles, at least 3 different locations. One of them, another Home Depot.
Estas redadas han dejado enmarcadas a las personas con
They got 'em
temor
at the
a
Home
venir a buscar
Depot.
trabajo.
Aquí piensa que estamos haciendo algo, cosas malas, solamente buscamos trabajo, ayudar a la gente de LA que no puede hacer los trabajos rudos que ninguno de aquí les gusta hacer, construcción, jardinería, roofing, todo eso, o levantar cosas o limpiar cosas que es muy sucio o es peligroso para el humano. Aquí estamos para ayudarles a ustedes.
Acordémonos que nada aquí es gratis, tenemos que pagar renta, tenemos
That's
que
right.
pagar
Work hard in
teléfono,
Mexico.
biles,
You go
mandar
working
dinerito
hard.
a nuestra gente
Work hard in your
allá,
own
a
country.
nuestros países. No somos criminales, sino gente que se viene a ganar el pan cada día, ¿verdad?
If we want to look at the cause of what is happening here, I take it back to raids that took place on Friday.
And that's where tensions escalated. Protesters confronted federal agents in the streets with tear gas being used to try to control the angry crowd.
Day 2, we're right here in front of City Hall. People have come to support their undocumented neighbors. The community has really came and showed out. Trump has sent 2,000 National Guard members here to disperse the crowd to try to quell this revolt. The state seems to not be down for that. Karen Bass has spoken out against the presence of the National Guard here. So we have this weird clash of like state and federal governments going down right here in LA.
There was nothing going on here that warranted the federal intervention that took place the very next day.
Trump has also made an executive order that anyone with a mask will be arrested on site,
Good.
which is funny because everybody in ICE wears a mask. I don't get how that's gonna work. I'll just take my mask off then, you know what I mean? If they're really tripping that hard, yeah. But fuck it. We out here to support La Raza. It's not really just like a Mexican issue, but it definitely is a Mexican problem over here because it's places like Home Depot and the fashion district that's being targeted, which is like well-known spots for like the, Paisa homies.
Then they come out every day to work and hustle, and then they depend on that. They don't depend on the actual income of 401k or
Yeah, because they're illegally.
They don't have anything like that. They don't know anything about that. So
migrant workers and our prosperity as a country are like this.
42% of crop laborers are undocumented.
Do you feel like there's a reason why LA is being targeted so hard?
It's one of the largest Hispanic and Latino communities, and also involving a lot of immigrants too. A lot of illegal immigrants out here. I'm a DACA recipient, so I can tell firsthand that this is personal. They are attacking our homes, they're attacking our people, and they're attacking the main backbone of this economy, of this country. This country is built off of immigrants. It's built off of the hard labor that we do. So yeah, I mean, it's fucked up.
Before it was built up of immigrants. Now it's not built up of immigrants.
Así es, amigo.
We need migrant reform. We don't need deportations. These folks are our brothers and sisters.
really what they need to do is we need immigration reform. We should all stand together for immigration reform so people can be here legally, people that we need to work.
As a side note, when people talk about immigration reform, they're normally talking about the broken asylum seeking process. So it used to be that immigrants fleeing persecution, political crisis, or poverty would seek asylum upon their entry to the U.S. and typically hear a verdict from the immigration courts in a matter of weeks or months, after which they can get their work papers and begin legal employment. However, because of the overflow of undocumented migrants that have happened over the past couple of years, the current wait time for an asylum hearing is between 5 and 7 years, leaving millions of migrants stuck in the states, unable to procure lawful employment, often leading them to places like Home Depot parking lots or just on the streets. Immigration reform would mean spending less money on ICE and more money hiring immigration judges to create a fair and expedited process for hearing asylum claims and issuing work papers. The Trump administration, and by the way, the Biden administration too, have refused to take significant action to hire more judges and fix the problem, which if done correctly would be a win-win for both sides. It'd be a win for conservatives who are concerned about migrants with violent criminal backgrounds entering the country and taking advantage of people and resources. And it'd be a win for progressives who want migrants with valid asylum claims to have fruitful legal lives in the U.S. and eventually become citizens. However, none of this has happened, just widespread deportation orders by Trump.
He's not serious. He signs these papers all day long. He could sign one that required E-Verify, and he hasn't. Why? Because what would happen is all those companies like Walmart, etc., who rely on immigrant workers or workers without papers would then complain, and they would lobby against it.
When there's no food on the table, when there's no houses,
You know, people will learn. Trump's administration, ICE is doing it's illegal and unconstitutional. They're doing exactly what the Gestapo did back in the Nazi regime, which is arrest people with no warrants, take them to court and prosecute them with no fair trial, deport them and send them to foreign prisons, and then there's no oversight regulations for them to do whatever they're doing.
I'm a white guy with some money. I have a housekeeper scared to death. I have a caretaker of my elderly father scared of being fired because some asshole might call him, disagree with him, and send him to back
I'll do it.
prison camp in some country that's not his.
And the only difference between ICE and the Gestapo is that the Gestapo had the balls to show their faces when they were doing this type of shit. ICE is just being cowards and hiding behind those masks and their weapons and terrorizing a whole community.
What's happening right now is that Donald Trump sent the National Guard to dissemble and humiliate and arrest and harm lawful citizens exercising their right to speech and assembly. There is no world in which some spray paint or a broken window.
Okay. So, you know, they're trying to intimidate people. I don't think it's going to work. Well, what I think is some people got to die, and then this is going to stop. Okay, so you're going to have the extremists very soon coming out and just start killing people. That's what I think is happening, and the left is condoning it. It's crazy, you know. It's insane, but this is what it is now. Okay, I got another one here. Stores and streets vandalized. This one's going to be very short. It's not going to be a long podcast. Today's video cast, today's show is not going to be long. I just thought I want to give my opinion on this. There's no Kings bullshit. No. This is LA, right? The riot. They call it peaceful protest. Look at it. I had a video of black people kind of pissed off now. And I want to show that. Now this is probably a Spanish restaurant. They don't care. They will just destroy anything, right? Lighting fires everywhere. They got rock. People leave bricks on the sidewalk. You know, they leave a kind of like a pile of bricks that people take the bricks and go to the door. Left from. See this crap? This is domestic terrorism, and unfortunately, is all done by the left, okay? And what happens is the left they're just playing with fire, you know, because once you turn the spigot on, you're gonna see what happens, right? So I'm gonna go to, I think, one of these videos on Black Conservative Perspective. Let's see what he made a video, like I think it was on Friday or something. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm gonna see. 2 days ago. Ah, okay. Latinos beg for help. So this is a good video that I want to show you guys. Wow. Yeah, they setting fires to dumpsters. They're doing all kind of stuff. This is domestic terrorism. You need the National Guard because this is an attack. This is treason, right? Whatever January 6th was, this totally, this dwarfs January 6th. Okay, the Black Lives Matter protest, the George Floyd protest, these definitely like dwarfs. It dwarfs freaking January 6th. Okay, let's play this.
You're running us over, you're shooting us, all because of the color of our skin. All because we have culture, we brought it here, and we are who we are, and we love it here, and we help people here. That's what we're known for. We help people, and yet we're getting terrorized. We're going through this. Our families are being our babies are literally being ripped from our hands. If someone could please tell me if there's something we can do if there's something we could do to help our people, please just imagine yourself in our situation.
Go back to your country.
Imagine
and
your people are being terrorized. They're being ran over. If you literally cannot have empathy for someone, I don't know what to tell you. You're an evil ass human being, and you need help, and you need God. You have no heart, and hell, there's a special place in hell for you. Karma is real, and God will take care of them. This is so heartbreaking. I don't know what we could do to help. I feel so helpless. I just want to help with something. I just want this to end. I just want there to be peace like there was peace. I just want that. That's all I want for us.
So I'm getting tired of seeing videos of my raza, my Latin community, my Hispanic community, calling out black people, our black brothers, for not doing what we think that they're supposed to be doing. This revolution is for us. This revolution is ours. It is our turn and our time to stand up for what is right. Leave those people alone. If their people want to call them out and ask them to stand in solidarity with us, then let that be so. But I need all my Hispanic and Latinos to leave them alone.
Okay, here's another one.
Race issue, let's talk. I have a lot of people in the comments talking about, why are you just talking about African Americans? Why are you just asking for our support? Why are you not asking white people? Why are you not asking Asian people? Let me tell you something. If it's not clear by now, they have never been part of the fight. And that's not to come for you guys, but the majority is not the minority. Right?
The Mexican president killing Mexicans in the U.S. to protest
are the
because
minority
of
in this
remittance
country.
tax. Yes,
we
exactly.
have had a lot more issues than any other race.
So they're trying to apply pressure to Trump because we're taxing them, right?
You know, by default, you would kind of think like...
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say
we
that.
would stand together, you know, having a history of so much oppression. And, you know, I'm not trying to discredit anybody else, but we have both been through a lot. This is not even a topic of...
I want to see where black people's like, stay your ass home.
The blacks. Me no black, me no black, me no black. What about Native Americans? The so-called Native Americans? Y'all actually look a lot alike, to be quite honest. How come you ain't calling on them? Aren't they a minority? Asians are not a minority. Like the math just is not mathing with this one. You know what it is? What it all boils down to? What people never want to admit is that Black American people have always fought
and we have always prevailed. No matter if y'all want to say we on the bottom or what, we got ourselves out of shackles. It was not just because some white man one day woke up and said, oh, I think I want to let my slaves free. I think I want to let go of my free labor. Clearly that was not the case, because look at what followed with Jim Crow.
Why are Black people saying this is not our fight making you upset? I've seen video after video from Latino creators or Latino people coming online pleading to Black people to put our bodies at the forefront of this fight against illegal ICE raids, against deportation, against roundups, against undocumented people being rounded up and families being disjointed. But there's several reasons as to why you should not be shocked that Black people are sitting this one out. You guys all remember that this is a subset of your community last year. You're also aware that across the board, overwhelmingly Black people voted in favor of the candidate that had Black interests, Latino interests, Asian interests at heart. Where if you look at the sentiments of what that vote represents, half of your community voted for this. Half of your community said F you to Black people. Half of your community said, we don't care about you. Half of your community said you wanted to.
Okay, here go another one. This is crazy. Like, what's going on? I mean,
they're dead silent right now. Dead silent.
Apprehending them and taking them away from their families and their jobs and the lives they've built here doesn't bother you, then you're a bad person. And I don't want to be your friend. And I don't care about your opinion.
I say this in the most disrespectful way possible as a first generation American whose parent is not from this country. If you got here and you got papers and you agree with what's going on right now, fuck you.
If you are
he just unhinged.
a resident of Los Angeles, California,
Unhinged leftists, unhinged.
And hold Palestinians in Israel. And not only are the same riot police deployed against Blacks and Latinos, they receive training, information, and technology from the IOF. Historically, we were...
I can't find what I'm looking for.
Not gonna be rooting it out. As a matter of fact, Justin Scott made a beautiful video about creating counter narratives that I think you can check out. It doesn't involve nothing about putting yourself in harm's way, and all about creating counter narratives with the same device y'all be hating on, these old phones. And coming to a conclusion, conservatives won when they cooked up that xenophobic crack. It's moving in my community like blue magic. I'm talking about.
This is not the one, but I was trying to find something where you had people saying
it's worth reminding people on the left that there are legal pathways to become a U.S. citizen. Let's speak to some of those who waited in line and chose to do things the right legal way, like G. Van Fleet, Peter Lumage, and Cherie Murray. They're all joining us now.
Okay,
thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. I guess, Cherie, why don't we start with you? We normally think of a place where, in the United States, where we resolve our differences politically without violence as one of the great benefits of this country. In fact, I assume that's what a lot of people who are immigrants want to get away from. What do you think of when you watch this effort to essentially terrorize and intimidate to force a change in policy?
Good evening, Dagan and James. It's a pleasure to be with you guys this afternoon. And so my thoughts, having migrated to this great nation legally, I am in awe. What we're seeing happening in California is not only disgusting, it's un-American. I mean, there's a segment of the population that has become increasingly hawkish on immigration, and that's legal migrants like myself. I came to this country legally. I got my education here. I'm proud to be an American citizen. And I have children who are first generation American citizens. And I am just saddened to see that when federal agents are executing federal law that they're met with such resistance by not just agitators, but organized protesters, rioters in California.
Yeah. You managed to survive Mao's Cultural Revolution. Put what we're seeing here in California with the Democrats and the language of control,
communism,
the lack of a will to stand up for law and order. Put that in perspective based on what you saw in communist China.
This is a Marxist revolution. It's more than a riot.
Yes.
And this makes me very, very angry to see these people. They're not illegal immigrants. They are illegal aliens. They walk across our border and then they despise America and they hate America. And this to me is absolutely never be tolerated. And I think that we should absolutely carry out the mass deportation. We cannot have people here who hate America, who want to destroy America. And I just want to say, people like me, we came here legally, and we waited in line, and we followed the rules, and we love this country. And that's
all we want. If you come here, you follow the rules, you come here legally, then there's no problem. I wouldn't mind 10 million more people, 10 million people for 3 years coming in if they follow the rules. Okay, well, after 10 million, you're gonna have to stop for a few years. But I wouldn't mind that amount of people coming in if they got their papers in order. No, but the first thing they do is they break the law. And then when you get caught, now we're having riots.
what we want. We want legal immigration. We want the people who can contribute, who love this country.
Exactly.
Peter, can you tell us about your pathway into the United States and what you think of as you watch what's happening in LA and other cities now?
Well, when my brothers and I escaped communist Albania 36 years ago, we never thought that we're going to have to deal with these madness that we left behind in Eastern Europe. When my brothers and I escaped Albania, my parents and my siblings were taken to a concentration camp, and my father was tortured to death because he had refused or he had failed to notify the government that we wanted to escape and search for freedom and opportunity. The biggest concern that we should have over here is not the illegals in the United States doing what they are doing. It is the elected officials who are supporting them. When you look at Chris Murphy from the state of Connecticut or Ilhan Omar, and they had the privilege and being members of the United States Congress, and they are encouraging these people to dismantle the very fabric of what made this nation great. Right. That is the biggest concern that we should have. We should support the law enforcement. We should support ICE. We should support President Trump. We should support law and order. If America fails, the whole world is going to fail. Arnold Toynbee years ago said that great civilizations are not murdered, they commit suicide. What the West is doing, including the United States, is committing suicide when we're importing people who have disdain and hatred for the greatest country in the world that has provided refuge to them.
Cherie, when you see these rioters waving the flag of another nation, what does that make you feel?
It's totally disgusting. And we heard the president say today, for those who want to burn our American flag, they should be put in jail for at least a year. I mean, not only are we seeing Mexican flags being waved in California during these riots, we're seeing Palestinian flags. And it's just disheartening to know that, you know, our military has fought so hard to keep us American citizens free. And so I wish that you know, things will settle down as we're seeing that it's coming to a calm right now. But that's because the president deployed the National Guard and he has, you know, the Marines on reserve waiting just in the event that something might escalate. But the lawmakers out there, Gavin Newsom, Mayor Bass, even Maxine Waters, they're fanning the flames and they're playing petty politics and blaming the administration for bringing in security. He was elected on an overwhelming mandate to keep Americans safe. That's what he's doing.
Peter, we got time for one more, and that relates to this issue. When you watch people attempt to change policy with street violence, does that bring back bad memories for you?
Absolutely. This is very well organized, very well coordinated, and I believe very well financed by the Marxists and the communists in this country. And what we have to do, we have to dismantle that evil ideology that is coming to the United States. Socialism, unfortunately, is here, but it must be defeated. And the only way to defeat it is what President Trump is doing. We have to identify these people who want to do harm to our families here in the United States, and we have to deport the ones who shouldn't be here. So absolutely it perturbs me that my kids are growing up to see what I left behind in Eastern Europe, as I said 36 years ago.
She, really quickly, a final word to you.
Yeah, this is the Marxist communist revolution. This is the BMM 2022 repeat. So this is not just about immigration or illegal immigration. This is about America. We have to defend our country. Mass deportation.
She, Peter, Cherie, thank you all so much.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's it. I think it's crazy what they're doing with these left rioters are doing. And they're going to destroy this country. They're trying really hard to destroy the country. Really hard. But I think Trump will come out victorious. You know, he always comes out victorious. That's right. Who's going to clean my toilets and change the diapers? Come here legally. That's all we ask. In other news, you got I wanted to show this. What's this one? Oh, no, remove. I wanted to do something else. Where is it? It had add image. Oh, okay. I had to stop the screen. So let me share another screen. I'm just going to share the entire screen. And so you have former appointee of Tim Walz sought in politically motivated assassination of lawmaker and husband. So this is the guy that killed two lawmakers. That killed these two people. He had a hit list of 70 people. He left behind a manifesto listing the names of 70 politicians, including Walz and his lieutenant governor, Peggy Flanagan, and a stack of papers stating "No Kings" in reference to the nationwide anti-Trump. So this got something to do with No Kings, right? So I think No Kings activated this stuff. In my opinion, I think this is activated by this leftist ideology. He got turned on. He's like a cell or something. This is him. Boutelier is a former appointee. So is a person of interest in the shooting of two. That's him. Hortman was virtually pro-choice, was virulently pro-choice, and led the Minnesota House in passing the PRO Act in 2023, which codified the legality of abortion and other forms of reproductive health care. She also boasted funding for abortion clinics and passed protections for providers. So this is him right here. He was looking like a policeman too. So these are the two people that got killed. You can see he loves Obama, or maybe he's in the White House. So this is him, 6'1", 220 pounds. So I guess this is the lady. They said each pumped with multiple bullets were rushed into surgery and are in stable condition. So I guess these two also were shot, and they're different from the other two up top. That's him again. So he said, look, the stack of papers, no kings, no kings, no kings. I wonder what this means. Why did he have that written down? He said, despite being a Democratic appointee, Butler last registered to vote in 2022 as a Republican. He said he avoided choosing a candidate or party. So something must have happened. This is more than what the press is talking about. So I wonder what the comments have to say. Rumors are that these folks recently voted against party lines on a couple of issues, which means a lot in a state where the state legislator is nearly even split in both House and Senate. Okay, she got Melissa Hartman, the one who got shot, was a lone Democrat to side with Republicans in the Minnesota House. She voted in favor of limiting state benefits for illegal immigrants, a measure that otherwise would not have passed without her support. And Senator John Hoffman joined 15 other Democrats in voting against the same measure in the Minnesota Senate, effectively opposing his party on the issue. The only kings in the U.S. are federal court judges. Lifetime tenure and the ability to issue nationwide injunctions against elected presidents. So there you have it, folks. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's just crazy. Yeah, I think it was a sleeper cell. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, I'm out. Please like, subscribe, and pass this video on. I'm not in the mood to do such live stream today, but I did it and I got through it. Tampon Timmy. So I'll see you guys later on. Please like and subscribe. I'm out.